Isn't it fascinating how you can forget everything you thought you knew, and from that place suddenly discover something new? Because learning, it's never about adding more. It's about remembering what you already know deep inside. As you listen to this, perhaps some part of you, the part that dreams, the part that understands without words, is beginning to reconnect old wires in new ways. As if your mind were rewriting code, installing a new operating system. And just like that, imagine your unconscious mind is a vast garden. Some seeds were planted long ago. Some of them useful, some of them outdated. But now you walk in, aware you can pull weeds and plant new seeds. Seeds of metaphor, seeds of insight. Each belief a vine, twisting towards the light of your attention. You look around. Over there, reality is fluid. A flower blooming backward, rewriting the past into power. And just beside it, you are enough. Firm roots, steady trunk, every word you hear, waters that truth now. You ever notice how understanding is like catching fireflies? You don't chase the idea, you stand still, curious, and let it come to you. You hold it gently in your mind, you notice the glow, you wonder, what is this like? Maybe it's like a bridge, connecting one island of knowledge to another. Maybe it's like a prison, bending white light into meaning. Maybe it's like dancing, sometimes awkward, sometimes graceful, but always alive. The moment that you see one idea as something else, you've already started to own it, to transform it, to live it. So of course, metaphor is power. Of course, analogy is influence. Because every time you say, this is like that, you're redesigning your map of the world. Now notice the kind of person who naturally speaks in metaphors. They aren't just communicating. They're weaving spells of understanding. They're sculpting thought. They're guiding attention. Teacher, storyteller, visionary, connector. Isn't it interesting that you're becoming this now, not later, not after practice, now? You're the kind of person who notices how a marketing campaign is like a wildfire, spreading through dry minds. You're the one who sees how leadership is like tuning an instrument, not too tight, not too loose, but always in harmony. You look at the world and see patterns no one else sees. You might realize now that beliefs shape reality. And the moment you believe a new metaphor, your world changes. Complexity becomes clarity. And the more vividly you speak, the more deeply people feel you. Reality is a mirror. When you express creativity, you receive inspiration. So just go ahead and connect the dots, link ideas, make the abstract tangible. Allow metaphors to flow naturally through you. Speak vividly, think creatively, inspire effortlessly. You don't have to try. You simply are this way now. You've always been this way. It was just waiting to be remembered. Some people say, I'm not good with metaphors. Isn't that just a metaphor about yourself? Isn't it funny how a belief like this, it's already a story that you're telling? So if you can tell that story, you can tell any story. Once you realize every belief is just a perspective, you can always ask, what else could this mean? And the moment you do, your world gets bigger. Like a child opening a toy to see how it works. You begin to open up your ideas and say, this struggle is a signal. This failure is feedback. This problem is a puzzle, designed for me to solve. Once you start thinking this way, you begin to notice how people respond to how you make them feel. You mirror energy, and energy mirrors you. You communicate through metaphor and influence effortlessly. You speak in stories and become unforgettable. What used to feel abstract becomes solid. What once felt unreachable becomes inevitable. Your beliefs aren't learned, they're lived. And every time you see the world through a metaphor, you're not escaping reality, you're enhancing it. Because reality is fluid. Your identity is not fixed. And the present moment, it's always the place where change happens. So now you can begin to notice more, or or simply relax into what you already know. Either way, it's happening, whether you realize it or not, now or later. That part of you that recognizes truth when it hears it. It's already upgrading your inner code, which means you can keep becoming more metaphorical with every breath. Or you can let the metaphors become you. Either way, you win. So maybe this is like rewiring a house while the lights stay on. Or maybe it's like changing the melody while the song keeps playing. Or maybe it's like opening your eyes after a dream, only to realize you brought the magic back with you. You're already thinking this way. You're already becoming this now. Because learning isn't about effort, it's about remembrance. And your new belief system, it's not installed, it's activated.